Hi friends, welcome to Miss Lori's Craft Room. Today we're going to talk about this new poppy that I just created, and I'm very happy with it. I think it turned out so lovely. This one is about almost 5 inches, maybe about 4.5 by 4, and the one we're going to make today is just a touch smaller than this one, so it's going to look just a bit different. Okay, so the things we need are you need cardstock. And this one cut out of I could either do two 8.5 by 11 or one 12 by 12 sheet, okay? So if you wanted to make this a giant flower, you'd be able to do that. You just need to increase your size, okay? So just make the file bigger. Okay, so the supplies you need are your cardstock, of course your Cricut, and the file. You need the paper tools. This comes from McGill. It has a different handle than this. Mine broke, and so this is the one my husband turned for me. The tools are from McGill. You can either get them at Hobby Lobby or you can get them on Amazon. Let's see. You need some ink. Today we're doing a yellow flower and a pink flower. So I'm not going to ink the pink one, but the yellow one we're going to use, Close to My Heart, Golden Rush. And you also need a black. These are dye-based inks, which is what you need for this, okay? You need a dauber. And you also need to cut, so the petals, you need to cut 7 each of each size and 2 of the stamens, okay? So we'll also need a little bit of white glue. You can actually use your hot glue for this, but it kind of tends to hot glue for smaller stuff. You guys know it makes kind of a mess. You need your hot glue gun, and so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, white glue, on the edge, on the tip of this. There's a little tab. See the little tab? And then I'm just going to overlap it like that. I'm going to set this aside to dry. Oops. Until we need it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your petals and you're going to put it on here. So you can see that it already has a cut, and that is included in the file, so you don't have to cut that yourself. Okay, so this has 2 sides, a fat and a small, and we're going to use the fat side. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just run it across the tip and make it curl up. So you can see it curled it up and it broke the edge. And then I'm going to use my tool and I'm going to just pull it forward. And I'm making creases in the petal. Okay, and you're going to do that for all 14 petals. And what this is doing is it's shaping the paper to cup like a real flower. Okay? So one more thing that you're going to need is just a scrap piece of paper, and that's what you're going to glue your flower on. Okay? So next I'm going to take my ink, my golden whatever it is, golden something, and I'm just going to get the edge. And can you see that? See how it gave it some depth? It just adds a lot of depth to it. It makes it look more like a real flower. Okay? See how easy that is? I just touch the ink and then I do that. And you can do as much or as little as you want. Okay, set that aside. Then you're going to get a scrap piece of paper and you're going to do this to all of them, okay? And I should have done these, but I didn't do them all. I'm off my game this morning. And try not to make like a solid line, kind of, and go about halfway up. And see why I have a scrap piece of paper? Because it's kind of a mess. I'm going to go about halfway up. And of course, I'm using yellow, but poppies come in all different colors, and most poppies don't have all this black on the inside, but I like it. That's the way I'm going to do it. Sorry, I should have had the inking of most of these done before the tutorial. My husband is installing an air conditioner in my wall today and yesterday, and it's kind of thrown me off my game a bit. And as you can see, it probably can't see, I'm just using the corner. So if you have some little, like a little square one, like these, I'm not using this because this is not a dye, this is an embossing ink, and I don't want to use embossing ink because it takes forever to dry, and those pads also pull up really easily. Okay, so they're not dry. If it wasn't on video, I would take a minute and let them dry. But since we're on video, I can't do that. Okay, so I'm going to use my hot glue, and you can see okay, so there's a cut. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on just one side, and then we're going to fold it over like this, and we're going to make a cup. And you want that. You want it to look like a cup. So for the outside ones, we're not going to do it very much. We're just going to barely overlap it. Like maybe 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, okay? So you just put a little touch of glue. So the outside, the larger petals, we're not gonna cup those in so much. But sorry, my fingernail got stuck on my. Because we want the outer petals to be out more. Welcome to my world of burning yourself every day. Looks like I finally got my lighting right, so you can actually see and there's no shadows. Having a new studio, it takes a little while to get stuff in order. Okay, set those aside and do the centers. Now the center one, I am gonna fold it way over, okay? Because I want it to really cup. So I'm just going to put a little more glue, and I'm going to fold it much more over, so that it's really, you really get that kind of L shape, sort of. And if you wanted to, you could use white glue for this. Paper glue. I like Aleene's Turbo Tacky because it dries really fast. But I like hot glue for anything 3D because it sticks fast. And I don't want to be waiting around. That would drive me nuts. Okay. So now we have all of our petals together. So we don't need this quite yet, but just keep it handy. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to now glue them in a circle. And you're just going to be overlapping, okay? So the first thing, I'm just going to put a little glue, like right here on this little corner. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to overlap it like this. So I'm just overlapping it. Oh, see how much I'm overlapping it? You might just want to play with it and just kind of get, you know, what you're happy with. See, so I'm just forming the circle. Now, because these petals are smaller, it looks like I'm only going to need 5. And that's fine. So you just put the others aside. Now, this is where the, see how pretty that is? Oh my goodness, I just love it. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue, and I'm going to put it on my black. And you want to use black because you use black on the inside, okay? See how that works? Okay, so now we're going to form the inside. And we're probably only going to need 5 of these too, because this is smaller than the red one that I created, even though it doesn't look like it. So everyone turns out different, you guys. Every flower I've ever made is different. They never ever look the same. So on this last one, I'm putting glue on both parts. So it will glue to both things. Okay, and I probably just glued that to my table, so I'll just pull it up. Okay, sorry, I have glue strings everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of this. And I'm going to put it in here, making sure the petals are offset from the bottom. Sorry, I keep working. See? Okay, so we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to take the stamens, and we're just going to use our tweezers. And you probably don't even really need tweezers, because look, you just go like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my white glue again. Just going to put a little touch right here, and then I'm probably going to roll this so it's about the big as a quarter, or a little bit less, maybe a nickel. Okay. Now, if you want your stamen to have more in the center, cut more pieces, all right, and roll it more. So this is a Lean's Turbo Tacky, and it dries really quick, and it isn't oogy when it dries. Okay, so it looks like it really needs another. See, it doesn't really have very much, so probably I will do another one and put it in the center. If I remember right, that's what I did. So you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead, and this is what I did earlier, and I'm going to use my tweezers and get this one tighter, because I want to put that one right in the center. If you don't have these tweezers, I recommend you getting them. They're straight nose, reverse action straight nose. They're wonderful. Now they did come in the McGill flower set, but they've changed the set, so you just have to see what it comes with. So I'm just going to put some glue on this, and I'm going to set it down. Oops. So I'm going to get some hot glue and put that in the center like that. There. Ta-da! Okay, so then I'm just going to go and trim off the excess right there. Okay, so if you wanted to make this into a flower on a stem, okay, right now I have these right here. I do have some other wire, but let me just show you what I've been doing lately. You could get some stiffer wire. This isn't very stiff, so just cut yourself a scrap, and cut a slit, and then take your wire and turn it down and make an L, and then I just tuck it in here, and then I apply hot glue all over this, and then I glue it on the bottom. So you do want to use thicker wire than this if you want it to be, you know, make a bouquet, okay? So that's it for my tutorial, and I'll post the link for the file in the description. Thanks everyone. God bless you. Have a great day.